Welcome back. This is Brian Stillman with BeTerrific. We're at NAB 2019 New York City, Jacob Javits Convention Center. I hope you've been following along with us all day. We've been talking to some really cool people. We've been getting really cool insight into a lot of the gear that's out there, that's out on the floor. It's really been a fun experience, and like I've been saying, if you haven't been following us, honestly, that's not my problem, and it's your loss. But stick around. We're going to keep bringing you cool coverage. Right now, I'm with James. You're with CP.
CP Communications and Mobile Viewpoint.
You're making AI-driven cameras that are designed to cover sports, designed to cover sort of any event, follow the action, hand tilt zoom type of stuff. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, AI and machine learning is changing the way that we produce and aggregate content from a variety of sources. It doesn't matter if you're doing esports, you're doing regular sports, broadcast television, you want to be a streamer on the web. We have got solutions that basically cover across all of those platforms. We're using high quality cameras. Our IQ Sports Producer solution basically allows for a multi-camera production without any cameramen on the field. So all of those secondary and tertiary sports, you talk about soccer, women's sports, women's events, even high school, little league, whatever it may be, you can actually create content, stream it to the web, and it's in broadcast quality graphics and content.
We were talking about this earlier, the role that AI is playing in this. How is the AI identifying what to track? You've got players who are important. Maybe they're not the ones with the ball. Obviously, the ball is important. Right. But sometimes the action is where the ball's gonna be. So humans who know the sport, who are working the cameras, they're anticipating this stuff. They're kind of thinking about where the action's likely to move. How does the AI take all that information and turn it into something that allows it to track what's going on?
Oh, that's a very good question. So what the system does is takes all of that video content, it brings it into the system, it processes it. It takes about 5 seconds to do this.
Okay.
So during that process, we're then looking at where the ball is, where the majority of the players are. We can teach the system, and this is not just AI, it's machine learning as well. We can teach the system about what the players' uniforms look like, their numbers. We can track critical information like an individual player. So let's say soccer. We'll take football, for example, Ronaldo, one of the most famous players. We can literally derive out of all of this video where he's been on the field, how many miles he's run, where he kicks from, all of this information, and then feed that back into other systems. And this is really going to revolutionize both sports betting. It's going to revolutionize sports video watching, because you're going to get much more information. It doesn't matter if it's the big networks or if it's smaller regional sports networks.
Right.
This is going to revolutionize the data and information they can show as well as attain.
How long, though, does it take to get the AI, or in the case of machine learning, up to speed? If, let's say I'm a high school sports program, and we say, okay, we want to have these things, we want to use them. It's a way, you can broadcast anything now. You use streaming services.
Right.
You don't have to say, well, will NBC cover us? Who cares? It's going out of your school's feed. So we want to do this. We also want to be able to track it. Coaches look at it later. Players look at it. Parents want to copy it, whatever it might be. But they don't necessarily have years and years and years of plays to feed into this thing. How do they get it up to speed in a way where it's functional for their kid who's he's already a sophomore, already a junior?
And if you think about it from a speed perspective, we're teaching at these sports at a very high level.
Right.
So soccer, football, basketball, hockey, whatever it may be, it's already been taught the sport. So then there's a little bit more massaging to get the sport to be a little more acclimated to your field. So we can go in and say, we'll lay it out. We can tell the system, this is the size of the field. This is where you're watching. This is the sideline. This is the end goals. All of those types of things. And the system will take that information and then process it. And then we can go even a bit further if you wanted to. But for guys like me, the reason why this is important, think of all the moms and dads that travel the world. They do things, we're a mobile society. We're missing our kids' games. We're missing the events. Our kids go to college, D2, D3 school. They're not broadcasting, but I still want to watch it. This system allows them, the school, to aggregate this information as well as use it as a coach's tool for training, so we can record practice, we can do all of that, and the parents can dial in and watch at home. And it'll help the athletes of tomorrow and the parents of tomorrow be able to see more of this content over and over. It'll just make them better and better over time.
So now, what are you providing? Are you providing the software, the AI, the cameras? How much of this is it turnkey?
It's a turnkey solution. We can work with different cameras than what we sell. I mean, we basically focus on Sony and Panasonic are the two main ones, but we can integrate other cameras as well. We use the PTZ cameras because once you put this up, you mount it someplace, you want to be able to access that, color it, paint it, do all of the things you need to do. And you being a photojournalist yourself, knowing all the information you know about photography, be able to pass that along, and you can do that remotely through the unit.
Right.
So software, everything, hardware.
So talk a little bit about what comes in the kit. Let's say we sign on. My school says we want to do this. If I was still in school, and
me too.
What are people getting? What are the different packages? What's available to them?
Yeah, so I mean, you would get the hardware system, which is a 4RU rack-mounted unit. Right. It's got all the software in there, the audio board, the video inputs, everything you need there. But then, we come with a few options. So you've got 4 4K cameras on a weatherproof housing that gets mounted at the midfield part, as close to midfield as you can get.
Sure.
And then we also have external cameras that you can put at each end of the field. So you've got goalie cam, field goal cam, throw in, penalty kick, whatever you may want to have. ISO kind of stuff is for basketball, that type of thing. So we typically use 2 4K cameras at each end of the stadium as well. And so what that gives us is the ability to get a better picture of the game itself.
Okay, yeah.
You can also, believe it or not, and I don't know of many others that are doing this right now, is you can plug in a camera with a human being running the camera at that end of the field or somewhere else, and then feed that into the system, and it'll take everything as you go.
So taking whatever camera you've got, whatever, maybe let's say it's a Sony FS7, running the SDI out into the system? Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And we can also do it IP-based as well.
Okay. So that's cool. Let's say you're a school and you've got an AV club and they're doing some coverage, but you've also got this as your kind of master coverage.
Right.
Bring it all together, do your thing.
And one of
D2 school, whatever.
And one of the cool things is you can buy just the cameras and you can mount it in your basketball gym. You can mount it out on the football field, the soccer field. You can put it in all these different places. You literally can then bring all of that video back to a central hub. And I know a lot of the larger high schools and colleges, they could actually take that content and then produce a sports program based just on that, or you could give it to ESPN or whoever else you wanted to share it with. It's your video content, not ours, and that's it's a big differentiation between us and some of our competitors.
So now, as you're shooting it, as you're covering it, is it with the tech that you provide? Is it set up to be streamed out? Is it set up to be recorded and then produced later? What's going on?
So out of the box itself is designed to stream live.
Right.
We can input, we can put in hard drives, whatever, so you can record it as well. That's an option. Right. We left that out because of the cost. That large of a drive, as you can imagine.
It seems like the type of thing that gears itself towards live. Now,
and a lot of places have their own storage devices already,
right?
As you've seen on the show floor here this week.
Storage everywhere.
Oh yeah, everywhere.
One of the things I'm curious about. So let's say you've got 4 cameras running. Right. Is it capturing 4 individual streams? Is there a way to say, well, I want to jump to this stream only? Is there a way to kind of override the system? Or is it constantly just being stitched together and used to follow what's going on?
Yeah, you can manually control this yourself. You can let the AI do it. Right. You can even do a mixture of it. You can take over from the AI midstream. So you can say, okay, I want to leave it on this camera because we've got halftime going on, whatever you want to do. But you have total control through the system, and it can be remote, so you can leave it in your central facility. Right. That way you're not dragging it around and risking damage.
So base system, how much does that cost?
We're looking probably about $25K.
Okay.
But that's
4 cameras.
But we're looking at all 4 4K solution. We've got a lot of other pieces to it as well.
Sure.
But it's highly customizable, so we can come down from there or go up. And as you know, that we put on different camera packages. Yeah. That's going to drive the price up a bit more. Of course. So,
how many cameras can you run at once to the system?
So right now we can do 3 simultaneous, but we're looking to add more. I believe, probably at some point in 2020, we'll have 5 as an option.
Okay.
So the guys at Mobile Viewpoint are doing an amazing job developing this software, and it flows right into our vPilot solution, which is our on-set news production system. or esports production system that you can use today.
But the base system's available now?
Available right now.
Where can people find out more about it?
You can find out more at cpcommunications.com, or you can go to mobileviewpoint.com. If you're not in the U.S., anywhere in North America, we CP manage that. Our fine friends over in the Netherlands manage it externally from there.
Very cool, very cool. James, thanks so much for being on.
No, thanks for having me.
Last question. Is this going to put us camera guys out of business?
Not right away, but
keep my
5
eyes
to
open.
10. Yeah, keep your eyes open. I actually I was watching. They had a full restaurant. You can order a burger, fries, everything, and there's like one person working there. It's unbelievable.
All right. Well, continuing coverage from NAB 2019, NAB New York. We're here. Be terrific. I'm Brian Stillman. Stick around. We'll be bringing you more as the day goes on. This last day of NAB. Back soon.